If you're feeling crushed by anxiety right now, I need you to hear this. It won't get harder than this. This phase where every social interaction triggers panic or every decision feels overwhelming. This is the hardest part. And if you can just make it through this, everything else starts to feel more manageable. It's not that life's challenges will disappear. Future pressures might feel even more intense and more complex, but with time, you'll build the coping skills, resilience, and support that makes those future challenges more manageable. I'm Jessica Davis, licensed therapist, mindset coach, and the creator of the Courage Method. I specialize in helping teens and young adults build confidence, courage, and purpose. Quick reminder, this video is here to support and guide you, but it is not a replacement for talking to someone in real life. If you're struggling with your mental health, please reach out to a therapist. And if you're in crisis, contact emergency services or a local helpline. You don't have to go through it alone. Right now, it feels like it's you against this lion. That lion is your anxiety, the panic attack that hits before a test, the fear that freezes in your conversation, the dread that makes leaving your room feel impossible. And honestly, facing this lion right now feels harder than any future challenge because you're building your resiliency and coping skills from scratch. Without the reassurance or knowledge of past wins, it's not just the intensity of the fear, it's how alone you feel in it. You look around for someone to take the anxiety away, and the truth is, it's you who has to face it. Here's the thing. This is where courage is built. Those moments when you feel completely unprepared and are actually adding essential tools to your toolkit. Stay with me, I'll explain. Every time you use a breathing technique to calm a panic spiking, every awkward interaction you push through despite the fear, it's another skill you're building. The abilities you develop in these hard moments, like self-soothing or tolerating discomfort, are what help you face bigger challenges later. So instead of resenting this phase, see it as your essential training. The difficulty is proof that you're growing stronger right now. I know you might be listening and thinking, if only there was a way to make anxiety disappear forever. If only a friend could offer the perfect words, or even as a therapist, I wish I could just lift the weight from your shoulders. I would love to be the one that faces the anxiety for you. But here's the paradox. The thing that might feel tough but is truly empowering. No amount of external support can replace the action you have to take yourself. I can provide you with strategies and a safe space to talk. Your friends can encourage you, but we can't breathe for you during a panic attack. We can't force the words out when social anxiety wants to silence you. We can't make the choice to attend that event for you. You've likely felt this cycle before, right? You search for that magic solution or the perfect validation, hoping it will be the cure. But when you receive it, the anxiety is still there. And sometimes it grows because now you're anxious about not meeting expectations. That reliance on outside factors to rescue is what is keeping you from discovering your own strength. Here's what I need you to hear. The moment that you accept that you are the one who must face the lion, you are the hero of this story, is when everything starts to shift. It's not about being alone. It's about claiming your power. You realize that the person you have been waiting for has been you all along. You have to be the one to take the first step toward the lion. And when you do, you learn that the lion of anxiety doesn't have to control you, and you are capable beyond what you imagined. So how do you actually build that confidence when you're starting from zero? How do you go from feeling paralyzed to actually taking action? There's a famous story about a pottery teacher who splits the class into two groups. One group's grade was based on the total weight of all the pots they made. The more pots, the better the grade. The other group, they only had to make one pot, but it had to be perfect. One shot. Can you guess what happened? The group that got one shot spent the whole semester theorizing, planning, and overthinking. They were so afraid of wasting their one shot that they barely touched the clay. The group that had unlimited chances, they just got to work. They made pot after pot after pot, lumpy pots, lopsided pots, pots that completely collapsed. And by the end of the semester, not only did they have a huge pile of pots, of course, but the quality of their later pots was far better than anything the one-shot group produced. Here's what this means for you. When you believe you only get one chance at something, the stakes feel so high that you don't even try. But when you give yourself permission to have many attempts, each one becomes low stakes enough to actually do it. And that's where learning happens. Think about it. If you believe you only got one chance to talk to someone new, you'd probably never do it. You'd have so much pressure. The pressure would be too intense. But what if you told yourself, I'm going to talk to 10, 20, 50, 100 new people this month? Some will be awkward, that's fine. Each one is just practice, but suddenly it's not so scary because no single attempt has to be the attempt. Here's the truth about confidence. It doesn't come from getting it right the first time. It comes from repetition. Think about it this way. Someone who makes one attempt at something, they have no evidence they can do it again, right? They could just say it's dumb luck. Someone who makes 10 attempts, they start to build a track record. Someone who makes 100 attempts, they've seen themselves survive awkward moments, mess ups, they can recover and keep going. And someone who's made 1,000 attempts, they don't even question whether they can handle it anymore because they have a library of proof. That's how confidence is built. Not by doing something perfect once, but by doing it imperfectly over and over until you trust yourself. Every awkward conversation, every time you put yourself out of your comfort zone, every attempt that doesn't go the way you hoped, it's not failure, it's evidence. Evidence that you tried, evidence that you survived, evidence that you can do it again. That's what volume does. It builds proof, and proof builds confidence. Here's something that might sound familiar. You're anxious about something and you're like, yeah, I'm watching this video. Of course I'm anxious about something, but maybe it's a decision you have to make. Maybe it's something you said and you can't stop replaying it. Maybe it's something coming up that you're dreading. And at first, you feel it inside. You're battling it alone in your head, running through every scenario, every possible outcome, every way it could go wrong. It's exhausting. And eventually it gets so loud that you go to someone, right? A friend, a parent, anyone. You tell them what you're worried about, hoping they'll say something that finally makes the anxiety stop. And maybe they do say something helpful. For a minute, you feel better, you feel relieved. You think, okay, it's fine. They said it's fine. But then you start wondering if they really meant it, or if there was a better way to handle it that they didn't think of, or what if they're wrong? And just like that, you're back to where you started. Still anxious, still unsure, still needing someone else to tell you it's okay. Does this sound familiar? That cycle, the one where you're constantly looking outside yourself for relief, it never actually ends because there's always another worry, another decision, another thing to second guess. And as long as you need someone else to give you permission to feel okay, you're stuck on that hamster wheel. So here's what I want you to consider. What if you could be the one who decides you're okay? Not in a fake, toxic positivity way, in a real way, where you stop needing an audience to tell you how you're doing. You get to decide what counts as a win. Think about the difference when you're constantly looking at other people to tell you if you're doing okay. You're handing them the scoreboard. They decide if you succeed. They decide if it was good enough. They decide if you should feel proud or ashamed. And that isn't fair. It's exhausting, and it puts your peace in someone else's hands. But when you become your own judge, you get to say, that conversation was awkward, but I did it, and that counts. You get to say, I showed up even when I was terrified. That's a win. You get to say, I don't know if I made the best decision, but I made a decision, and I can handle whatever comes next. No one else has to agree. No one else even has to notice, because you noticed. And your opinion of you is the only one you have to live with 24 hours a day. So here's the shift. Instead of waiting for someone to say, it's fine, so you can feel okay, you learn to say it to yourself and actually believe it. Because you're not asking, did I do it perfectly? You're asking, did I try? Yes. Did I show up? Yes. Am I still here? Yes. That's enough. When you build that foundation of self-trust, other people's opinions stop hitting so hard. Not because you don't care at all, but because their voice isn't the loudest one anymore. Yours is. And that's when the anxiety starts to loosen its grip. Because so much of anxiety is needing certainty you'll never get from someone. But when you've decided you're okay, you're not waiting for permission anymore. You're free. So here's what I want you to take with you. The lion you've been facing is not an external monster. It's the fear and self-doubt within. And each brave step you take isn't about defeating an enemy. It's about making peace with that part of yourself. Winning doesn't mean eliminating anxiety. It means learning to coexist with it and moving forward anyway. You already have everything you need to start. Give yourself permission to try. Give yourself many chances and close the gap between deciding and doing. That's how you build proof. That's how you build confidence. That's how you build the foundation of self-trust that lasts. You got this. Thank you so much for listening and spending your time on this video. I truly appreciate it. Until next time, keep moving forward, trust yourself, and never forget, you have what it takes to block out the noise.